Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Sonia and today I'm going to be sharing 3 delicious recipes with you. Some of these dishes are traditional dishes, some are new that I had tried out a couple times already and our family loves it, and then one of them is a recipe that I created myself. But before I get into the recipes, I wanted to let you know that I am collaborating for this video with Meaghan's Menu. If you are not familiar with Meaghan and her channel, I will insert a clip here for you to check her out.
I'm gonna try this. Hi, I'm Meaghan, and this is Meaghan's Menu. And on my channel, we do lots of cooking and baking. We have breakfast, lunch, dinners, slow cookers, one pot and one pan sheet meals. And also once a month we have meals that are from the 1900s on up. So join us each Thursday at 12 noon Central and see what we have on our menu this week. After watching Sonia's video, I hope that you can come over to our channel and see what we're all about over here. And thank you so much. This was so much fun. I love this tiny bits of marshmallow in your mouth.
I encourage you to head on over to her channel and check her out. The link to her channel will be down in the description box. So the first thing that I'm doing for my recipe is I'm going to boil some potatoes because I need some boiled potatoes for the dish that I'm making. I'm also going to be needing some hard-boiled eggs, so I'm going to get that started as well. The dish that I'm going to be making is called French potatoes, and this is a dish from my childhood that had introduced to my family, and they love it just as much as I do. So we have about 5 large potatoes. You need about 1.5 kilos, which I think is about would be about 2.25 pounds. 2.5 pounds, so approximately 5 large potatoes. I have cleaned them and then I had hard boiled them. Now they're not awfully soft, kind of half boiled type of consistency. I have also hard boiled eggs because I didn't have extra ones on hand, and you need about 9 to 10 eggs. And then you also need 1 just normal egg, not boiled. You need about 3 tablespoons of sour cream, 250 milliliters of milk. I am using the Homo milk. You can homogenized milk. You can use any milk you have on hand. And then you need about 400 grams of sausage. This can be any type of cooked sausage. I am using our homemade smoked sausage, cured sausage. This is we call this kulen, but you could use, you could even use ham if you would like to, cooked ham, or you could use prosciutto if you would like. It's up to you, but we love it with this sausage. And then you need some salt and pepper to taste, and then some oil. So first things first, I'm going to peel my eggs, obviously, and peel my potatoes. So if you're stopping by my channel for the very first time and coming over from Meaghan's channel, welcome. Like I said before, my name is Sonia, and on this channel I tend to do lots of made from scratch recipes. I have just dived into sourdough recipes. I've started sourdough making at the beginning of the year and have been going strong. So I was sharing that journey as well, and I incorporate a lot of Eastern European dishes, a lot of outdoor cooking, and some baking. So I hope you find something that you enjoy. Oh, and I also share lots of kitchen gadgets, kitchen organization, and things like that. So I hope that you find something that you like on this channel. Stick around by subscribing and make sure you let me know what you thought of this video. So I grabbed one of these clay dishes that I had actually found in a thrift store for about $5. I have been lucky with these clay pots and finding them in a thrift store. I prefer to use baking stones or cast iron for baking and some cooking as well with cast iron, but primarily baking is done either on a stone or on cast iron. So after I peeled my eggs, I continued on peeling the potatoes, and then I'm going to start slicing them, and I'm slicing them to about maybe half a centimeter slices, and I'm going to layer them into the greased dish that I added some olive oil to the bottom just so the potatoes don't stick. And then once I have the layer of potatoes down, I'm going to add a layer of eggs, actually layer of sausage, and then I'm gonna go with the layer of eggs, and then I'm gonna add a little bit more sausage, and then I'm going to finish it off with the layer of potatoes on top. And like I mentioned, this dish was something that I do not know why the dish is called French potatoes, because I did not grow up in France. I grew up in what used to be called Yugoslavia, in a small town that we used to make this dish all the time. And my grandmother made it, my mom made it. And we always had this sausage on hand. This is a very big tradition in my town. The area that I come from is to make these sausages. They have sausage festivals with these sausages, and my husband had picked up the craft of making this sausage, so we always have the sausage on hand as well. And it's nice to have something that you know exactly what's in there when it comes to these type of sausages. We use them for our charcuterie boards. We make panini sandwiches out of it. We put them in our omelets. Like, this sausage gets used quite a bit. It is spicy. The paprika that we use is actually grown back home, and my parents bring it to us to use, because it's a type of a paprika pepper that we cannot find here. So we do bring it in, and then we make the sausage out of it. It is a hit and miss. Sometimes you buy the hot and it's not hot at all, but we do like it to have a good amount of kick in it. It's just the whole family likes it that way. And I used to eat this when I was a kid, so I've been used to the spiciness of this sausage for a very long time. So once all the layers of potatoes are done, and I try to use up all the potatoes that I have hard boiled, just to so that I don't have any extra left over. And then I add some salt and pepper on top, and then I'm going to take that boiled egg, and I'm going to crack it into my milk, and then I'm going to add the sour cream in there as well, mix it up, and then I'm going to pour that over top of the potatoes. And then it's going to go into the oven at about 375 for about an hour or so. You want the top to be a little bit golden, and that's how you know it's done. Everything's pretty much cooked here. It's just to kind of bake it all together is what you are trying to do here. Now, this dish tastes great with a salad, especially like a coleslaw with a vinaigrette salad type of thing. But another thing that it tastes really, really good with is canned peaches. That's another thing that's very traditional from where I come from. So here it is, all done, and I was feeling the heat of the oven, as you can see. And like I said, this is such a simple dish to make. Usually you can use up, if you have leftover hard-boiled eggs or even hard-boiled potatoes, or boiled potatoes, you can use it all up and put this dish together. I'm pretty sure that's how it was created. So for my next dish, we are going to do a bacon wrap tenderloin stuffed with jalapeno popper stuffing. So for this, you will need, I will have the recipe link down below for exact measurements for this one. So you will need some cheddar cheese, some cream cheese, some sour cream, some chopped, finely sliced or diced jalapeno peppers. You can remove the seeds or leave them in there, and some chili powder. Mix all that up just like you would this is pretty much what you would use minus the diced peppers when you make the stuffed jalapeno poppers. Here I am not stuffing the jalapeno poppers, so I had chopped them up and put them inside. So once this is all mixed well, you can stuff the pork tenderloin. Now to stuff a pork tenderloin, I'm just going to slice it down a side, but not slicing it all the way through. And then I'm going to open it up flat, and this is where I'm going to put the stuffing in. Now the stuffing will come out, but it's all part of the dish. You're gonna have like a little bit of a sauce to put on, and as you can see, someone else is trying to see what exactly I'm doing here. His name is Duke. He's my sidekick. Wherever I am, he's with me. Now this pork tenderloin came with 2 packs, and I did not stuff one of them because my son didn't want the stuffing this time, but he liked to just take the little bit of it that had leaked out and pour it over his plain pork tenderloin. So once the stuffing is in, I'm going to take some bacon and I'm going to wrap the whole thing with the bacon. And I think I used maybe about 4 pieces of bacon. Actually, I think it was 6 pieces of bacon. And this will keep some of the stuffing inside of it. But like I said, be prepared to have some leakage here. And then I'm going to put it in the oven for about 375 for about 45 minutes. And here it is. Really easy, simple, and delicious, and I paired it with some Brussels sprouts. For dinner tonight, we are having good old spaghetti, and I am going to be making my sauce, and this is what goes in the sauce, plus a red onion. I am all out, so I'm going to try and improvise with paprika and see how it tastes, and I also need some crushed red pepper, which I just realized it's not here. So I cut up 2 onions, I have 4 cloves of garlic, oregano, bay leaf, basil, crushed red pepper, salt, pepper, and also gonna need some strained tomatoes as well as bay leaf to go into the sauce. But I'm going to fry up my onions first, add some garlic, and then I'm gonna add, I am using ground turkey into it, and then once the turkey is cooked, I'm going to add the sauce and the bay leaf at the end, and then I'm gonna finish it off with some Parmesan cheese, just maybe 10 minutes before the sauce is done cooked. So I have the oil ready to start preheating it. I'm going to fill up my pot, not quite yet, but soon, probably once the meat is cooked, and I add the sauce, because then it's gonna take about probably half an hour to 45 minutes for the sauce to cook. So I'm gonna start boiling my water. I do put cold water, add a little bit of salt, so then it's going to it's gonna take a little while to cook. I have also made some fresh pasta, just some spaghetti, and I use the Philips machine, and it's just salmonella, durum semolina. and water. That's all that's in the pasta. So to make the sauce, I'm going to saute my onions first, and once they are translucent, I'm going to get my garlic ready. I do cut my garlic and peel it just because it's quite large, and it's just a little bit easier to press it through the press. And I'm going to cook that until it's fragrant. And once that is reached, I'm going to add my ground turkey. Now, this is the recipe that I had said I made up. It's just because I don't follow a recipe for this. I kind of just put in stuff that over the years I have found that works, and it makes this type of a sauce that we like. So once the garlic was cooked, I added the ground turkey, broke it up, and I'm going to cook this until it's browned, pretty much no pink showing. And then I'm going to put about a half a tablespoon of paprika. Now there is 2 pounds of meat here. Then I'm going to do about a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of basil, I do add some salt and pepper as well, and then this is to taste, so I always tell people do little, and then you can always add a little bit once the sauce is done. And I also like to add a little bit of vegeta in there. I've talked about the seasoning many times on my channel. It is dehydrated vegetable seasoning. You can find it on Amazon. I will link it down in the description box for you to check it out. And I add about a teaspoon of it here, and then I'm going to throw about one good size bay leaf, but if you don't have a big enough, two small ones will do. And then a bonus ingredient that you don't have to add, but again, we like our food to have a tiny bit of a kick. I did add about half a teaspoon of crushed red peppers. So then I stir this up, let it cook a little bit longer, maybe about 2-3 minutes, and then I'm going to add my passata, which is just pressed tomatoes. So all it is tomato juice. And then it's actually, this is once I add the sauce, or the pressed tomatoes, this is at this time I add the bay leaf with it. And then I'm going to let that come to a boil, which doesn't take very long, and I simmer it for about half an hour to 40 minutes. I forgot to mention that I like to add red pepper as well with onions and garlics when I cook, but I was all out. And also this, you might find that you need to add some tomato paste to this, depending on how liquidy it is. If you want it very liquidy, then you don't need to add tomato paste, and if you want it more thicker, you can add tomato paste. Usually about a teaspoon of it will be enough. I just find it depends on how much water the vegetables let out. I really don't know why sometimes it turns out more watery than other times. This time it wasn't watery, so I never added tomato paste, but you could if you wanted to. I'm also going to now start my water to boil for pasta, and I just fill up my pasta cooker, and then I add about a teaspoon of salt into it and bring it to boil, and then I'm going to add my fresh pasta to that. It usually takes about 6 minutes for fresh pasta to cook. You definitely don't want to overcook your pasta. Once I have about 5 to 10 minutes left of cooking the sauce, I add about a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese to it. Stir it up, let that kind of melt and incorporate, and that's it. I served it with some roasted zucchini, but you can also do it with Caesar salad or anything that you might want to eat with your spaghetti. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed these 3 easy and delicious recipes. Make sure you check out Meaghan's channel, which will be linked down in the description box. And if you're stopping by from her channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and let me know that you're stopping by. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!